let's start with the webinar. Welcome to everybody. This webinar is about the Jaltest Marine latest upgrades and innovations. We will see the most interesting innovation in Jaltest Marine that we are sure you will find very useful in your daily task. We have selected these innovations, but that not means that we don't have more. We have included more innovations, more components, more technical information, and more coverage in other makes and models, okay? As you can see right now in the index, we will start this webinar with inboard brands, Mercury Mercruiser and Volvo Penta. After having checked what's new for those two brands in Jaltest Marine, we will continue the session with outboard makes, Evinrude, Yamaha, and Mercury. And then we will finish the webinar with some conclusion and a brief summary about our future updates. In other words, about what we are currently working in Jaltest Marine. Let's start with Mercury Mercruiser. We have included in the last months new variants for the two following powertrain control modules, 09 and 112. All these control modules have emission control technology, the ECT for Mercury Mercruiser. In all of them, except in the new models 6.2 300, 320, 350, and 370, and also in the 8.2 MAG. Okay. The reason they don't have this emission control technology is because they have a different catalyst. Okay. So these four Mercruiser models don't have this coverage. This new update means that Jaltest Marine covers now more than 70 different models of Mercruiser with engine variants, multiple systems like the DTS, proprietary diagnostics, technical information, and dealer-level bidirectional test. Mercury vessels have a very large coverage in Jaltest Marine, so you won't have any problems using our solution for working in these vessels. In order to be able to see what we have included in Jaltest Marine, I'm going to perform a maintenance reset right now in one of these new Mercury Mercruiser model, okay? So we are gonna go now to the Jaltest Marine software. Okay, if you don't see, let me know. I will take in a look in the chat. Okay, perfect. So the first thing, in order to perform this action, we go to inboard engine. We select Mercury Mercruiser. And once here, we can search for these new models. As I was telling before, this, for example, 6.2 300. And once here, you can see all the systems that we cover. We have coverage in the DTS system and also in the new power control modules. Okay, so we are gonna connect to this powertrain control module 112. In order to perform this maintenance reset, we have to choose the specific engine that we have. And once here, we have the Jaltest Marine Diagnostics menu. We have on the left side the technical information about this system. Also the diagnostics with proprietary faults. We can read fault and clear faults. And different actuation, okay? We can perform parameters, maintenance, and calibrations. In order to perform the action I was mentioned, we have to access to maintenance. And here we have the service reset. Service reset are one of the most essential actions in the vessel's care. With these functions, we restart the count in the ECU after having performed the recommended maintenance, okay? In order to know this maintenance, we have also this vessel service data, okay? And we provide the intervals that the manufacturer recommend. Jaltest Marine is gonna ask for the expert mode because we are gonna write in the ECU of the engine. So we say, okay. The second step will be the initial conditions that the engine has to be stopped. And one this, the execution of the action. As you can see, in a couple of clicks, we have this reset and the coverage we need at that moment in a very easy way, and it's very guided by Jaltest Marine, okay? So we are gonna go back to the presentation. Now, in order to see the the innovations in Volvo Penta, our other inboard engine that we are going to check today. Regarding Volvo Penta, we have uploaded two new electronic vessels control modules, EVC-A and EVC-B, that are available in the Volvo Penta models D4, D6, D9, and D12. The coverage in these lever controls includes parameters. We can configure the idle and calibrations. We can calibrate the levers and the trim, and also we can perform an auto configuration. The auto configuration is an action required in order to install or update the EVC in the ECU of the Volvo Penta engine, okay? Well, for us, it's very important to keep adding this type of developments because they provide you a special value in your services. Jaltest Marine carries out a very large coverage in Volvo engines, but also in other systems, as you can see. This is an example of this. That means that you will be able to provide a great quality in this make, our quality service. And now I will show you how is the Jaltest coverage in D4 Volvo Penta. We will check also this new EVC system, okay? Right now we cover EVC systems from A to E and also the EVC MC2, okay? So we are gonna go again to the software, okay, inboard, and we search for Volvo Penta. We go to families and select these series. Here in these areas, we select D4 or D6, D9, D12, okay? And here, if you go to electronic model, you can see all the available EVC systems that we can install in this D4 Volvo Penta engine, but also the coverage in other systems, okay? We have the engine, the instrument cluster. For example, connecting the engine, we can see that we provide a large coverage regarding, for example, technical information, system technical data, diagrams, maintenance and repairing guides. Also diagnostics. We can monitor lift data in order to see the performance of the engine, actuate components, system checks, parameters. Okay, so we have a very large coverage in the engine. And let's go now to the electronic module. Okay. Hold on. All right. So the new ones are the EVCA and the EVCB. So we connect to this one. Before connecting, Jaltest Marine will ask us to have the multifunction panel EVCA, okay? This is a multifunction panel that you have in the vessel. And in order to perform this action, we will have to access through this, okay? So in this EVC system, we can modify the idle, as I mentioned before, and also we can calibrate an auto configuration to install the new EVC and also to calibrate the control levers and the trim control. Let's continue now with the rest of the makes that we are going to check it today. Okay. So now we are going to talk about the outboard new innovations in Jaltest Marine. In Evinrude, we have enlarged our advanced functions in G2 models. We have introduced the eTech G2 systems and also an NMEA 2000 system. This NMEA 2000 system is available in some Evinrude G2 big blocks, okay? Jaltest Marine has integrated new components actuation, new system checks like the injector test or the cylinder cutout. Also, the possibility of writing on the ECU of this new system through parameters like the engine's location or modify the trim control, calibration, and maintenance. In order to have a look to the value of this coverage, I'm going to go again to Jaltest Marine software, and we are going to connect in this new models, in this new system of Evinrude, okay? So we go again to Jaltest outboard engine, in this case, and we go to Evinrude. Once here, in order to know which vessel has this or can have this system, we can search by system, and we can type here the name of the system that we are looking for. So for example, in these models. Okay. So before connecting to the engine, I would like to show you also the action connectors. It's very useful because here we have information about how to connect to this new system. It's very useful when we are working with brands or systems that we do not know, and we have troubles and we waste time looking for the the, the diagnostics connections. Okay, so here we have connection, the dial, the pinouts, and also the GDC 628A connector. That is a new cable that Jaltest Marine have developed in order to be able to work with these systems. Once here, well, I would like to highlight the large coverage we have. We have, again, technical information, diagnostics, and we can perform and modify the ECU by parameters. We can perform maintenance, calibrations, and also some system checks that I mentioned before in the PowerPoint. Okay, so we have a very large coverage in Evinrude, and we are working in including new systems in order to also be able to work in the levels of Evinrude. Okay, in this system. So let's continue with the following make, that is Yamaha. Okay, here in Yamaha, I would like to highlight that these developments come directly from your request. Okay, many customers have demanded the integration in Jaltest Marine of this new system, that is the Command Link Plus. That is a Yamaha electronic module to control the levers. Well, this function is now available in Jaltest Marine. You can now perform this in your shops, and we are happy to let know all our customers that work with Yamaha that this system is in Jaltest, and they can now install this Command Link Plus in their Yamaha engines. Through Command Link Plus, as I was telling, you will be able to perform the level control system in order to install this module in the ECU of Yamaha. Once again, this type of integration shows our commitment to keep developing Jaltest as an all makes and all system diagnostic solution for the marine industry. Well, let's see how is this action. Let's see how we can install this Command Link Plus in Yamaha engines. And we go again to the software, output, Yamaha. And once here, we can search by system again. And type in Command Link Plus. We have all the models in which we can install this Yamaha system. We're gonna go to an F series, for example, F350. Well, here you will see that we cover the engine, of course. We have technical information in the engine and a lot of details, repairing guides. And once we connect, here we have the action in order to perform the level control system reset. Jaltest Marine will ask for the expert mode because we are gonna make change in the ECU of the engine. We have set. We have a description of the action we are going to perform. That is the one I explained before. The initial conditions always. So here we have to have the engine stopped. And now the execution of the actions. Here we have included a chronometer in order to know the time we need to wait once we have removed the wire harness and we have the engine off and all the instructions that Jaltest Marine asks in order to perform this level control system reset. Okay, so we wait the time, and once it's over, we continue. The calibration is completed. Okay, so very simple, always guided by the information when we need it, and very easy in few clicks. Okay, so I would like to conclude the session of these new innovations in Jaltest Marine with the most popular gasoline make, that is Mercury. Mercury is always one of our main targets when we launch new innovation in Jaltest Marine. Our engineering team is always wanting to, they always want to have the best coverage in market. So that's why we are the best in Mercury in the aftermarket industry. Okay, we bring the best diagnostics coverage and also the best bidirectional test and technical information. In this occasion, we have increased the number of models in outboard 6 and 8 cylinder engines, specifically with V6 and V8 models, one of the last model launched by Mercury. In total, we have include 12 new models. That means that Jaltest Marine brings the largest coverage for models for Mercury models from 2018 to 2020. These models have guided diagnostics, technical information, and advanced functions such as system checks, parameters modification, or maintenance resets. Also, we have integrated in Jaltest Marine the new Mercury system powertrain control module G3. This is the last technology of Mercury, and we will check this now in the software. Okay. So let's go to Jaltest Marine. Again, outboard. We go to Mercury, and here we can search again to this. Hold on. Well, we are gonna go to the new models that I mentioned. For example, Verado, we go to the V8, and here we have the DTS and also the G3 powertrain control module. So we have also instruction about how to connect, locations, connector needed, everything. And once here, we have different actions. We can actuate components. We can modify parameters like the location of the engine, perform maintenance like the service reset, and also a calibration. Okay, here for example, I'm gonna perform a trim calibration. We have two different actions. We can adjust the sensor and also the limit. The first action we have to perform is always this one. This one comes after the trim adjust sensor. Okay, here Jaltest Marine asks for the expert mode because we are gonna make a modification in the ECU of the Mercury engine. Once again, instructions about the action. So the calibration establishes the minimum and maximum sensor reading position that the stand drive can take without it bumping into any fixed part of the vessel. Okay, so here we have the initial conditions and two different actions. We can modify in a new position or default the value reset. So for example, here, Jaltest provide the instructions that we have to follow in order to modify the minimum and the maximum positions of this trim control. Okay. So following the instructions, we once we finish this calibration, we have to turn off and then turn on again. And the new information is now saved in the ECU of our Mercury engine. Okay. Let's go again to the PowerPoint in order to conclude the webinar. Well, Jaltest Marine is always increasing the coverage of models and systems. A proof of that are the innovations I have mentioned during this session. But there are not all the new stuff that we have in Jaltest Marine. We have more components, more technical information, systems, models, and more innovations in this year that I hope you have the chance to check in the software. Regarding future updates, for example, in Mercury, I would like to highlight that our engineering team is working to have all the new models ready for you in order to have it in the software at the beginning of 2021, okay, in February. We are also working in more systems. Proof of that are the levers modules for Evinrude and Yamaha that will be available next year. Right now in the software in Jaltest Marine, we have Mercury, Mercruiser, Cummins, Volvo Penta, Yamaha, and Suzuki, the lever consoles of these brands. And as I said, we are working to have also Evinrude and Yamaha. Well, finally, I would like to conclude this session, letting you know that we are always listening your demands and that we want that Jaltest Marine fulfills your business needs. Okay, we don't want to make improvements that are not useful for you. For this reason, we keep our compromise of developing 3 updates per year that include more technical information, more systems, and more models. Not only in the new systems that the manufacturers are launching, but also in previous ones. Okay, so we have an eye in all models in order to bring you the best coverage and the best quality service that you can have. Thank you very much for your time. If you have any questions, Ignacio and I will try to solve them all. So now we are going to launch a questionnaire with 5 questions. So if you have time, please, it would be perfect because our questions related with futures innovations. Well, thank you. And if you have questions, we are going to answer now.